You a Star Wars fan? Because you'll be amazed at number one, that a lot of women might be into the shit that you're into, but you're so worried about her judging you that you don't give it half a chance. But also some of the things that you're not into, you'll be amazed at how women would want to get into it because they want to get closer to you.
A lot of times they say shit like, "Oh, I'm free on weekends," or I'm usually free on Thursdays," or whatever the hell. So if it makes sense, then I schedule a date.
If she really liked you from the get-go, there would be no reward system you would have to look for to do anything for, right? Because it would automatically be there, And I like to do this in conversation sometimes. When you're speaking with somebody and you'll hear a girl say something like, "I'll never do this," or "I don't like this," or "I don't like that." And then you'll notice you'll say, "Nah, I kind of like it. I like it when blah, blah." And she's like, well, yeah, when you say it like that, I like it, and it's just kind of like, yeah, you switched up awfully fast for somebody that just really said they don't like something. And so, there's always been clues out there for fellas to understand, like, yo, if they really like you, they will change their whole political party.
They're not giving her real instruction. They're not letting her know what it really is. And most dudes don't do it. Most dudes don't say what it is because they're afraid to hear no, or they're afraid to bring up sex too early and all of this and all of that. But the bottom line is this. Either, again, and somebody said it, either she's feeling you or she's not. You understand? Either she's feeling you or she's not. We got to stop all this nonsense, man. Guys are too afraid to hear no, and it's like I'd rather hear no than to waste 2, 3, 4 dates and time spent, money spent, and all this other shit just to find out that you wasn't feeling me any damn way. You see what I'm saying? But so with me, first date is cool. If you don't want to do it on the first date, no problem. You could be on your period or whatever it is. There's a lot of things that could be off on the first date, right? It doesn't matter. But second date, you gotta know what it
is. For me, I like exclusive vagina to me. And that's because I don't want to catch nothing to have my later years messed up. And I like to stroke without no condom on. It feels great. So I like it.
So you like to be hugged by the sugar walls? You like to be hugged?
Yeah. I like that velvet, plush velvet. The smoothness. So,
but even then, Jay Roman, I hear you.
He don't get up for nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So, and the reason is because he has to conserve his energy to do 3 full workouts a day up until his competition date. You understand? So when he's in season, he literally just works out as hard as he can. Then he sits on the couch and his wife brings him everything. The only thing she don't do is fucking piss for him, right? So what I'm saying is, it's one thing to have a wife that does it, because you said earlier, these were the words you used. You said a woman who says, "Oh, I rock with this dude, so I don't mind doing this." But see, it's a difference between a woman who doesn't mind and a woman who cheerfully wants to do it. Understand the position of a simp. Make sure you understand the position of a friend zone nigga. Make sure you understand that a man doesn't do anything for nothing. You understand? So run the game, be careful, and do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm. And that's right there, Jay Roman. And that's the problem. Your main chick should always be prioritized over all the new chicks. Right? The new chicks should not get preferential treatment. Right? So what would make it difficult for a lot of women is if you're giving girlfriend treatment to the new chick. Right? So this is why when you very first meet women, you have to establish boundaries and parameters where they got to earn everything. So that way, when the main chick is with you and she knows you're dealing with new women, she knows they have to go through the gauntlet too. They just don't get shit quicker. Like
the mic. Kerry K setting the blaze, sagging. Miles Cunham with the game so tight. J. Roman lit the torch, keeping it right. Manhood's the challenge, skill set to master. In a world moving fast, gotta move faster. Trap beat, pounding 808, shake the floor. Guided by the host, wisdom like law. Kerry K drops jewels, the crowd enthralled. Words cut deep, no need for brawls. Miles Cunningham, tactic sharp like a dagger. Navigates the game, makes the haters stagger. Journey to manhood, no easy feat. Lessons from the masters, words concrete. J. Roman with the keys, opens the door. Manhood's the path, gotta crave for more. Manhood's the challenge, skill set to master. In a world moving fast, gotta move faster. Trap beat, pounding 808, shake the floor. Guided by the host, wisdom like law.
Yo, yo, yo! We back at it.
What up?
What up, what up, what up, what up?
Yo.
Jay Roman, your Lions gonna win? Y'all got it today?
Hey, I'm a little yes.
Yo, the line's still in it. Shout out to them.
Yeah, we playing Washington. So, I'm a little afraid of the mobile quarterback, that X factor, but we'll see.
There you go.
We'll
There we
see.
go.
Yeah.
All right. That's what's up. So, what are we talking about today? Right. Well, real quick, Miles with the luxury soap, masculine identity. Y'all get that ASAP. Don't hesitate.
Don't hesitate.
Don't wait. Yeah, get that. Get that. Hey, look, guys, it's good for your skin. It has dual uses. So I'm gonna leave it there. So anyway, real quick, what are we talking about? You should never upgrade a woman who doesn't admire you. Never upgrade a woman. Now, one of the things that we talk about, myself, Jay Roman on the Manhood of the Skill Set show, but even beyond that, when we do the Real Game No Theory joint, when Miles and L, when they do their joints together, and when Steve does his shit in 50 and all of that, we often talk about a woman should be better than where you found her. Okay, leave her better than how you found her. Now, here's my only pushback to that. Is she even worthy of being upgraded to that extent, to where you left her better than where she found her? Because sometimes you just got to leave her where she at.
Thanks.
Whether it's financially, mentally, or otherwise. So I got a couple of videos on the show. And the point I want to make with this is that a lot of guys make the mistake that just because a woman is in your life, or just because you're in a relationship with her, that she's there for you. Right? And a lot of times women will get into relationships because that relationship serves them. Not you, the man. It's not about you. It's about they get benefits from that relationship. And oftentimes the reason why women will get into such a relationship is because they're settling for you. Okay, you're not the guy they always wanted, but you're the guy who will give them access to the things they feel like they need access to at that moment. So, and I know you and Elle did a show yesterday, Miles, talking about not being a woman's first choice. I did a couple of solo joints talking about that. And what I really want guys to get from this, stop concerning yourself with just having the woman. Make sure that she's there to actually serve a purpose that benefits you, right? And it can't be sex. Guys, it can't be sex. Unless you're talking about a fuck buddy situation. That's different. But if you're elevating a woman to a prominent role, and that's exactly how men need to look at it. She has a prominent role in my life. She had to bust her ass to get there. Not only do you have to look at it as it's a prominent role, but she has to look at it that she has a prominent role in your life. And she has to be thankful on a daily that she got elevated to such a role. And how she shows appreciation and gratitude for that is doing everything that you require, right? So when we get into these clips, I want y'all to see what happens when guys are just happy to have a woman in their life, right? And I want guys to also understand this. Whatever woman you have in your life, she has to bring value beyond the physical. She has to bring value beyond the superficial. There has to, and let me just say this real quick, and I'll pass it to y'all. When we talk about upgrading a chick, you upgrade her where it's beneficial to your program. It has to be beneficial to your program where it logically makes sense to do that for her. And it's not even for her, right? She'll benefit from it, but it logically makes sense. Now, here's the thing, because I want to be careful. You can upgrade a woman where it's fruitful for your relationship, but if that relationship ends, she is still in a winning position where she can go forth and take that upgrade and apply it to her life beyond you. And that's fine. She could do that. But make sure that it's beneficial to you in the moment as well. Y'all got something y'all want to add before we hit these clips? You're on mute, Miles.
Yeah, shout out to Joe Blast for the $10 super chat. Peace to Joe Blast. And shout out to Frankie Shy. If you could go back to Frankie Shy at 139, I think, or 1239.
Okay, let me see. Let me grab it up.
It's a statement.
139, Frankie Shy. After Joe Blast, it's at 139?
Yeah, 139 or 1239. Yeah.
Okay, where the fuck? I'm blind to that. I can't see the shit. Frankie Shy. Oh, right there. There we go.
Yeah. Shout out to Frankie Shy, man. I appreciate that. Yes, sir. So you said the soap and the shea butter just came in yesterday, and I must say the scent is beyond phenomenal. Can't wait for the fragrance to drop, and I can't wait neither, man. I'm putting in the work. I got a business, a lot of business. You got to hurry up and wait because you got to wait on others. But it is what it is, man. But I'll keep y'all posted as to when everything drops and all that, man.
All right, cool. Y'all want to
get to the video, yeah.
Let's get to it. And real quick, shout out for all y'all in the various chats on my side of the world, Jay Roman's side of the world, and Miles' side of the world. Thank all y'all for being here. You could be doing anything else with your Saturday morning or afternoon. You fucking with us, so it's appreciated. But let's get into this shit. So first one up is this group. I don't like this nigga.
The shit we go through every day. Right?
Yeah.
First of all, a lot of women just want to get taken care of, right? So we gonna do it. We like, this is what we like to do. We gonna feel good. I like to feel like the boss anyway. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I got you. But so they just don't do nothing all day, and they depend on you for happiness, for adventure. So you come home and going through some shit, and whatever you survived that day,
Right.
or stress, it could be mental, emotional, physical, whatever you survived that day, you go home. You want to feel like, I know my bitch is good because I take care of her.
Yeah.
She should be good. You know what I'm saying? You go home and they just like, left rice on the floor.
Oh my God.
Yo,
Yo, I gotta pay these bills. I gotta grind out.
Word the
You mean I left the toilet seat up?
home to
You want to leave your whole family alone?
You would catch everything that happened.
I almost left the kids y'all want to
Felt like I wasn't feeling like the man.
paying all the bills and you wasn't the king.
Over rice.
Yeah, that rice shit stressed you out.
That was serious. Yo,
Yeah, that was game changer for
I
you.
came home, bitch said, yo, we need to talk. It was a whole thing.
Get the fuck out of
Yo,
here.
the said, I've been thinking about this shit all day. I swear to God. Mind you, the rice from the food was last night. I left out in the morning. I came up, so I'm like, what happened? Like, yo, like, I cleaned this whole crib up. Came up and I saw rice on the floor. I was like,
Yeah.
I ain't say nothing though. I just let it go. I ain't say nothing.
Yeah, I gotta go cheat to
But
get
that made me
get
feel
rid of that
like,
shit bothering me so much. I gotta go and cheat.
Listen, man. You gotta do what you gotta do to gain. Like I'm just like, damn, like you taking me out. I don't wanna argue, I don't wanna. So I'm like, fuck it,
See, let me say this. Let me say this, and this is what a lot of, because he says, I want to feel like a boss and take care of a woman. That, to me, that's a mental illness that a lot of guys have. There is nothing wrong with taking care of all the bills, but when you have this mentality that in order for you to feel like a man, in order for you to feel like, that you got to get a woman put her in your crib, tell her she ain't got to do shit, and I'll take care of everything. Right? To me, I think that's a sickness. And the mistake that a lot of guys make, they think that, there's a saying, you got to pay the cost to be the boss.
Mm-hmm.
No, that to me, that's one of the most inaccurate statements ever said. Right? That's not true. That's not true. Just because you, as a man, just because you make a lot of money and you're able to financially do things for a woman, that doesn't mean that she respects you. And,
right.
and she don't respect you because she at that nigga about some rice on the floor. Right? See, look, let me tell y'all something. And this is what guys say. I'm going to take care of everything, baby. You just fuck me and suck me when I want to be fucked and sucked, and you just cook and clean. But I'm going to tell y'all something. And here's the thing. When a woman doesn't admire you, when she doesn't respect you, her cleaning up after you is an issue. Her cleaning up after you is an issue, right? See, guys think, oh, let me just pay all of this shit and my life is going to be good. And what he don't realize is you upgraded a woman's lifestyle who doesn't admire you, which is why she's at you about some rice on the floor. Because if it's her job to cook and clean, then she should just clean that rice off the floor and you shouldn't hear nothing about it. But the reason why you're hearing something about it is because she don't really like you like that. And any little thing you do that's an irritant to her, she's going to let you hear about it. And he don't understand that he has a woman in his life that, one, don't need to be there, and two, he upgraded a woman he never should have upgraded. But y'all got it.
Them niggas is weak. That's my whole thing. Like they sound like the same bitches they complaining about, bro. Like they just sound defeated. They sound like they don't have any influence or control in their own house. And that's mainly because a lack of a masculine identity. That's mainly because a lack of designing the type of life that you want. Like a lot of these dudes, they just let things happen. They let relationships happen. They don't design the relationships they actually want. You understand? So they get with a chick. They don't really train or teach her how to deal with them. They don't really show her how things are supposed to go. The whole, what do you bring to the table? Like, I would never ask a woman that. Because all I'm gonna do is tell you what you need to bring to the table. Like instruction and leadership is the most important thing. And that's what a lot of guys don't understand about these relationships. They don't understand any of this. And so they think, oh man, yo, my girl was bugging last night, bro. Yo, and then they get with their boy. Yo, man, this chick is crazy, bro. Yo, she came at me about the rice, bro. Like, yo, that's crazy. And then the other idiot talking about, now I gotta cheat because you getting on my nerves. Like where they do that at? First of all, if I'm fucking with other chicks, that's what it is. I'm fucking with other chicks. I'm a grown man don't cheat. You understand? I don't know what they talk about. These little youngins, bro. Like, and when I say youngins, I don't care what their age is. They young in the mind. You get what I'm saying? But
let me add this. Let me add this real quick. And then Roman, I'm gonna pass it to you. Let me add this real quick. There's a difference between a leader and a provider.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you are a provider doesn't mean that you are a leader. However, you can be a leader that provides. Don't let that go over your head. The problem with a lot of these niggas, and that nigga Fabio, whatever his fucking name is, I talked about him before. Because there's a line that he said in a rap song a couple years back. He says, I'm a boss, I can pay your rent. This is what he said. I'm a boss, I can pay your rent. See, a lot of guys, they equate with being a boss with just getting money and being able to afford things. No. If you were a boss, you wouldn't pay her rent. You would put her in position where she can get to the money and pay her own rent. That's what you would do, right? The problem with a lot of these guys, they think that, and society has a little bit to do with it, but that's you not being a man and not being at one with your masculine identity.
Facts.
And understanding that you don't have to do shit the way that society outlined it, right? You can make your own moves that benefit you specifically. Fuck what society is saying, right? So guys, they think, oh, if I pay the money, she should just shut the fuck up and do what I say. No, nigga. No. A woman who's going to show you deference, a woman who's going to humbly submit and show you respect, She's doing that because she admires the type of man that you are.
Right.
Her admiring the type of man that you are has nothing to do with your income or your status. But guys falsely believe that. And this is why guys, but I got another clip. See, the other clip, I'm going to show y'all what happens when women settle for you and you call yourself all in love and you think you're doing something for the woman. I'm going to show you what happens when you choose the wrong bitches. And it's not even necessarily choosing the wrong women. It's because you're not that type of nigga where you can be in a relationship and actually dictate terms and conditions. Jay Roman, you got it, fam.
I got a lot on this one, just from you guys talking. My first thing I thought of, if you don't feel like a boss without her, you ain't gonna feel like a boss with her.
Facts.
So, like, if you need her or need this situation where you paying for the bills and you taking care of her to feel like a boss, if you need that to happen, you already didn't feel it. And you're not going to feel it inside the relationship because she's going to treat you like you're treating her because she's still following the lead. Now, I will tell you this. I defer from you guys when it comes to if she is assigned the cleaning of the house. If your job is to take care of the house and I walk through and spill some rice and walk away from it, I'm going to tell you right now, you have the right to get at me in a respectful way. And what I'm saying is, it's just like, if I am assigned something, that means I take total control. So I'm going to say, hey, this is how we make the bed, and this is how we do this. If you need me to do that. Now, what I would expect him to do is say, hey, I hear you. Next time, clean it up first, then tell me about it, because it's your responsibility, right? So, if you assign your woman to do something and then she comes and get at you about it, you got to understand, like, hey, she's handling the responsibility and taking it and with wholeheartedness, trying to do her best at it. And she's asking something from you. Hey, babe, do you mind, instead of putting your clothes down right here, if you could put them over there for me?
There you go.
And I look around the house and I say, okay, I got you. You got this thing under control. That is when you're working the relationship and you're a leader of the relationship. Now, like I said, it all depends on how she got at me. That's one, right? And then I thought that in that moment, what is he having, a gossip moment with his boy? Like, when does that happen?
There you go.
And I'm starting to hear this thing where, guys need to de-stress too, and men, when did we have a space? I was battling the world and I come home and my girl asked me about some rice, and that took you off your game.
Look at how weak these niggas are, bro.
Like, are you serious? My question is, when do you put down your manhood? When do you put down your manhood? You never put it down. It's not something you can take off and put on and, I'm at home now, let me take off this manhood. No, it's always on you. So if you have a woman that's underneath you, you're always on. So my thing is like, hey, baby, the rice. Hey, okay, I see the rice is on there. So did you really let all day go by before you picked this rice up? Did you let that happen? Okay, because I'm concerned about that. So yeah, you're right, baby. I'm sorry. It was late night. I came in, I ate, I dropped the rice. My bad. But did you let it go all day just to show me that? Like, here, let's learn how to talk to each other. All right.
Yeah.
A better way to say, hey, babe, I cleaned the rice up. I'm noticing several different times you drop it right there. Could you please just put it over here? Because I swept the floor already. I mopped the floor already. Talk to me like that. So to me, it's just like, you're going to get treated like you are treating your leadership.
Mm-hmm.
So
there you go. And let me add this to your point, Jay Roman. When we talk about delegating responsibilities, that's what leaders do. We delegate. You delegate. All right, baby, I got this, you got that, right? So to your point, if her responsibility is to maintain the home while you're gone, you're not a child, right? You just can't just get undressed and just leave your drawers in the middle of the floor and say, I'll pay all the bills, pick that shit up, woman, don't say nothing. It don't work that way, because if you're delegating her with the responsibility of maintaining the home, like you said, she has every right to come to you and be like, "Hey, this XY, FYI, I cleaned up the mess, but babe, look, when you eating, can you sit at the table, please? You left a trail of rice on the floor." And she just says that and let it go, no problem. But he said she made it a whole thing. Now, to me, I don't know what that means, because these niggas are so sensitive.
Yeah.
She could have said it just like that. "Hey, babe, just pick up the rice." Oh my God, she said pick up the rice. You know what I'm saying? Like, he made it he could be making it a whole thing.
Facts.
Because he's so sensitive, right? But real quick,
guys, just when it comes to a whole thing, I feel like guys really make it seem like it's a whole thing because your leadership style don't allow for her to talk to you, right? A lot of guys like to bark out commands, and like I said before, you could talk to me. That don't mean I'm gonna do exactly what you say, but if you leave it where your woman ain't even allowed to talk to you, that she got to go, "Hey, can we sit down and talk about this rice?" Like, really, like the ums and uhs. What type of style of leadership are you having? Because now you doing what you were saying, like, "Hey, I pay the bills, so clean up."
Yeah, exactly. And he said, "I just let it go. I didn't want it to lead to an argument." And I'm like, why would it lead to an argument?
Yeah,
right. Why would it lead to an argument if your woman is telling you, like, if she cleaned the shit up and she said, "Babe, just FYI, you left rice on the floor. I got it, no big deal, but just FYI." You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
To me, you should be like, "All right," and the end of it. There's nothing left to say. One thing that I've never done in my life, when I've been in a relationship or marriage, I've never went to my boys and had a discussion about what was going on in my household and my relationship. Never. I never went to my boys and complained to them about something that my woman said and or did. Never. Because whatever happens within my household, I handle that. I don't let it go outside. Now, once the relationship is over, I might say some shit. But while the relationship is ongoing, it's between me and that woman. Now, let me say this as well, and we're gonna get to the second clip. Guys, if you have a question, put a Q in the chat, followed by your question. Also, the calling line is open, right?
Yes, calling lines are open. Go ahead and call in, guys.
919-647-9392. 919-647-9392. Whether you agree or disagree, or whether you got something else going on, utilize that call-in line. Let's get it jumping. Let's just get to the second clip. Fuck it. Let's just get to that. Where's it at?
The term "boss her up" is just not sitting very well with me, because it's like I'm doing.
Hold on, I'm gonna start it all over. I'm irritated at what she just said, but I'm gonna start it all over. Okay, just so some of y'all are not gonna know exactly what's going on right away, but just so you know, this guy paid for his woman to go to medical school. Mm-hmm. She's a doctor now. Now, just in case you don't know, to put someone through medical school is about $250,000.
Dang.
It can be anywhere from $162,000 to about $400,000, but roughly it's about $235,000, $250,000. Right? I want people to know how much money it costs to put somebody through medical school. So this nigga not his wife, mind you, his girlfriend. Right? Now that y'all got the backdrop.
The term "boss her up" is just not sitting very well with me, because it's like I'm doing something for you. You would have never been able to do this if it wasn't for me.
That's a lot of people's lives.
How is that a reality in this situation?
Yeah, but I don't think
ride for
for medical school.
What are we missing? Like,
her brain got her there, though. She didn't have the capacity to be a doctor. No matter what money he paid, she wouldn't have been a doctor. So let's just make
that's not necessarily true.
That is true.
If he had the money, and maybe she could have spent 10 years doing the schooling.
Yeah,
right? Like, if he had the money to afford it for a decade, eventually she could become a doctor.
My point is, he did it because he loved her. He wanted to do that for her. But let's not get it confused. This is what she wanted to do. Let's not say that she would have never been a doctor if it wasn't for him.
Right.
Never said that she would never.
Okay, but don't say I'm bossing you up.
I still did it though. It might have been somebody else's to do. She might have been able to do it on her own, but she didn't. I did it.
So you're stuck.
And it was your choice to do it.
Yeah, but I did it.
It was his choice.
It don't matter about the choice. I did it.
You're stuck on the ego and the words "boss up." Is that that's what we're doing? So if you rephrase it and don't say "boss up," but say paid for your life.
How did he pay for your life?
Paid for your life.
He didn't pay bills. He supported her and paid for her school.
More of like
Medical
a ride or die.
school.
He's more of a ride or die kind of guy.
Okay, so number one, I don't like these co-ed panels where they're arguing back and forth. Let me just say this: it is a clown, bro. It is. Any clown today, yes. Let me tell y'all what's going on for the guys who might not get it. These two women are trying to diminish what the guy did.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to, if you pay attention, they're trying to, well, she could have did it anyway. It's not, yeah, I mean, he paid for it, but it's not like she's a doctor because of him. She's a doctor because of him. Okay, so come on. Because my thing is, here's the thing. There's only 3 ways you can pay for doctor school. Either you get scholarships. So my thing is, if she was so smart, how come she didn't get scholarship offers to do it?
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's one. 2, you can get financial aid, which you got to pay back. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to owe $250,000 in student loan debt. Right? So him paying for her medical school, it cut out a lot of red tape. Right? Basically, he fast-tracked her to that. Right?
Yep.
And he upgraded her life. Right? He literally helped her change her fucking tax bracket. Right?
Yep.
So and here's the thing. And it's not even about her owing him for that. I'm not even going there with it. Where I'm going with it is, did she even earn that? See, the problem with guys is y'all do shit for women. And Pete, what she said, he did it because he loved her. Look, let me tell you dumb niggas something. Doing shit for women because you love them is dumb. I said it. Doing shit for women simply because you love them is not smart. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you why. There is nothing wrong with elevating your woman or upgrading her, but you have to take a step back. You have to take your feelings out of it for a moment,
Right.
and you have to say, from a logical standpoint, does it make sense to do this?
Right.
Does it make sense? Because Pete, what the caption said, now that she's a doctor, she thinks he's beneath her. She thinks she's better than him. No. She always thought she was better than him. Look, guys, she always thought she was better than him. But now that she's a doctor and her earning power increased, now she's at a part where she can throw her weight around now.
Right.
Right? So a lot of guys think, oh, a woman with money, she ain't gonna respect you unless you make more money than her. No! It's not about the money. It's about her admiring you first. That needs to be there first, not second. See, guys, y'all do shit for women, and you think she'll always love me for this. She'll always remember that I'm the guy that did this for her. Nigga, she don't give a fuck about the fact that you did that for her. And let me just say this. I got a story. And it don't involve me, but I got a story, and I'm going to pass it to y'all.
Got a story to tell.
There was a guy, this was a few years back. It was a married couple, right? Both of them had went to college, but neither one of them finished. So they made a pact. And that pact was they would help each other go back to college, right? So the husband said, all right, you're up first. You go to college. She wanted to be a lawyer. He paid for her law school. What do you think happened when she got that law degree? She divorced that nigga. She was out of there, right? So I said all that to say this. You guys need to wake the fuck up. Stop being happy because you got in a relationship with a woman or you got married to a woman. That's not the game. The game is not getting into relationships. The game is, if you do get into a relationship, make sure that it suits you. Make sure that you benefit from that union or that situation, right? A lot of you guys, y'all get with women and you're clueless as to why she's there. She ain't there for you. And all it takes is for a woman to win the lottery or something changes where her financial situation is up and she's gone. Because she was never there for you. But y'all got it.
Yeah, guys need to do things because it makes. See, again, I talk to guys about this idea of operating at above 100%, right? Because the people in your life should get the overflow. You understand? So, but what happens to a lot of guys that once they get a girl, it's like they As soon as they find themselves in any type of relationship or in any type of interaction with a female, they automatically are afraid of losing her. You understand? You see this all the time. Even when a dude just meets a girl for the first time and they're in the conversation, it's like, oh my God, I don't want this conversation to end. An attractive girl is finally talking to me. Oh my God. And they feel like, oh man, you know, that's why a lot of these dudes, they be standing there talking to these chicks for a whole half hour before they ask for the number, asking them a bunch of fucking interview questions. Oh, well, where do you come from? Where do you live? You got siblings? And what kind of dog did you have growing up? And all that dumb shit. You understand? Because they're afraid for the conversation to be over. And that's because they don't value themselves. They put the woman on a pedestal, and you see it with these videos and these podcasts. You see it all the time where these dudes don't even know how to. Well, look, I'm gonna say it like this. If it was up to me, there wouldn't be no women on podcasts. And I know that sounds horrible, but there's really no need for it, because every time you're watching a podcast with women, do this for me. Do me a favor and just take a second, and I want you to notice something. Notice what happens every fucking time. The man will say something, and then the woman will say something about how she feels about what the man said. And when she explains how she feels about what the man said, there is absolutely no logical reasoning. She's just expressing herself based on how she feels about what he said, not actually referring or addressing what he said logically. You understand? So this is why when I watch these podcasts, it's just like a big fucking like, I mean, I guess it's entertaining to watch for some people, but because I notice these things, it's actually boring to me. Mm-hmm. It's very fucking boring to me. And all I really see is guys wasting their goddamn time. So you got one person who's a man, he's speaking about something logical. Then you got the other person, they just talking about how they feel about what the nigga said. And then you have some podcasts where they talking to bitch ass knuckle. Where you got some dudes, that's what they do too. One dude who seems like he got a masculine identity, he's talking and he says something about something logically. He says a fact. And then the rest of the niggas on the panel, all they doing is talking about how they feel about what he said, just like a bitch would do. Mm-hmm. You understand? So you know, the whole thing, you know, and if we break down the video, somebody, I guess, said, okay, well, he put his woman through medical school, so he bossed her up. And what did the bitch do? Instead of looking at the situation logically, like, yeah, you know, he helped turn her into a boss. He helped, like you said, change her tax bracket. So now she's making the type of money where she can consider herself a boss. Instead of looking at it logically, the bitch is talking about, well, I don't know, that term bossed her up. I just don't feel like it makes sense. And it's like, bitch, did I ask? Like, who's asking for your feelings? Let's talk about the actual topic logically. Nah, we can't do that. So a lot of these podcasts are a waste of fucking. I'm serious. Next time you do a podcast, any one of them shits, 8 at the table, the discussion tonight, all that dumb shit. A man is gonna say something, then a woman is gonna say something about how she feel about what the nigga said, not about what he said.
There you go. And let me just say this, and it goes back to, you should never upgrade a woman who doesn't admire you. Because, and the reason why both those women were triggered is because they felt like it was almost like, I didn't really need you for this, but thank you for doing it though.
Right.
I need people to understand that mentality. I really didn't need, no. Tell that man, I'm so grateful. If you didn't do this, I don't know where I would be. It's okay. It's okay. See, here's the thing. You were that chick on the train tracks. You was roped to the tracks, and that nigga came over there and took you off the train tracks. Took you to the crib and cleaned you off. You know what I'm saying? And upgraded you and elevated you, right? It's okay to say, this nigga helped me change my life, right? But they don't want to say that. Well, I would have got there eventually. You just made it quicker. Yeah, look, guys, you can't have that. You look. Let me show y'all something real quick. Let me see. Hopefully, I still got it. I'm gonna show y'all the difference between a woman. Look, real quick. I want y'all to understand something. I did a joint titled "Sleeping with the Enemy," and what I was trying to say is, a lot of times when you guys deal with these women, they're really adversaries to you. They're really a foe. right? But you don't know because she's smiling, she's pleasant, you guys are spooning, pillow talking, having sex, but you don't know she's really an adversary. But let something happen in your life where you really need her to have your back, and you're gonna find out really quick you were sleeping with the enemy the whole time, right? But I'm gonna show y'all something. If I got a note, that's not it right there. Give me a second. I hope I find it. Okay, nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. Give me a second, y'all. I'm gonna find it. I know I got it here somewhere. Okay, right here. Look at what this woman says. My hubby has been putting back money every month towards buying his new car tomorrow, and he saved up. I think this is like some type of African money, rand or South African money. What he doesn't know is he has 700. I've been secretly matching every rand he has saved. He truly deserves it. Can't wait to see his new baby. This is a woman who got her niggas back. Right? I want y'all to understand. He's saving up money to buy a new whip, a new car, and unbeknownst to him, she has been matching. So he think he got 350, he got 700. This is the type of woman who's worthy of being upgraded.
Facts.
Here's a woman who actually wants to see you win. Here's a woman who finds joy in seeing how elated you are. She's happy because you're happy. I need guys to understand.
He also said he deserves it too. So
and he deserves it. But here's the problem. A lot of you guys, y'all get with these women, and you are with a woman who doesn't give a fuck about you. She don't care. The minute she can find a way to get up out the situation with you, she gone. The nigga Fivio Foreign Fabio, I know I keep saying his name wrong, but I don't like that nigga. I don't like that nigga at all. I don't like the way he thinks. Let me put it there. I don't like his mindset.
His mindset, yeah. Because
the minute
personally, we don't know these niggas personally. So
exactly. The minute a nigga come along with more money, right? Because a lot of these women are going to the highest bidder. Okay, and the reason why they're going to the highest bidder is because they have never met a man they could admire. So what they do is they hop from man to man to man. Whoever can do the most for me, that's who I'm going for. I don't respect these niggas. I don't give a fuck about these niggas. I don't admire the niggas. Because a lot of times the nigga they really admire the most is the nigga that don't like them. But y'all got it.
Go ahead, Jay.
I've been quiet over here because I've been that dude before. So when I drove through Suckerville, and I understand the mindset of some of these cats. Me and this lady was together, and we're talking about our life. You know what we plan and we're building. And so she was in school, and she was threatened of not being able to finish. So I put down money for the semesters. You know, here you go. And she thanked me for it. In fact, during her graduation, she told me that, you know, she really appreciated it and thanked me for it. Of course, by this time we weren't together. So that thank you was like a lesson learned for me, right? Because, you know, when a lot of times when you're doing this stuff, you're sitting down and you guys are making futuristic plans. You're making futuristic plans on as a unit there. And you're trying to say, okay, let's attack this world together. And it's so important that when you do that, you have to understand that you got to go first, because you have to protect everything behind you. So you don't send the troops last. You send the troops first. You send whatever out there first in the world. So a lot of times I understand, like cats, like I tell y'all, you know, on many times before, a lot of these cats want to be lovers. They want to get in their relationship and go from there. They don't even want to waste the time to vet. They don't want to, because they got these Disney dream stories in their own head too, and they want to find their baddie, and they want to just attack the world together so they can be like, oh yeah, this is my baddie, and we doing this and we doing that. And what they forget to do is to continuously vet, continuously be that person that says, hey, things got to go through me.
Right.
And when it doesn't go through you, this is what happens. She goes to school, she gets that degree, she looks back, and she's gone. So I've been there. I learned this lesson, right? This ain't one somebody had to teach me. I learned this lesson, and y'all don't understand how a woman can call you when y'all ain't together and say, hey, you know what? I want to thank you. I want to thank you for making me better and upgrading my life for my new guy. Right? So, and that's the part of people like, oh man, we had this plan and whatever. Now, when people are married, they have these plans. They look at work schedules. They look at kids pickups and things like that and says, hey, you know, it might be a little bit better for you to go first as the wife, to go first and to do this and to do that. And then when you get done, I'm going to do this and then I'm going to do that. And so you're trying to think of this plan to attack the world because you got your mate. You are the leader. I don't know how many times I can say it, how many times though these experiences remind us, you got to go first. You got to go first. You got to lead in all aspects and then go from there. Yeah. Well, it didn't really fit me right now. Well, then it don't fit everybody right now. If it don't fit, it don't fit everybody right now.
There you go. But Jay Roman, this is what I would ask, right? And my thing is this. Because this guy who put the chick through medical school, right? Yeah. We know he spent at least a couple $100,000. So that's one hell of an investment. So my question is, why are you investing in a woman who never invested in herself? Why? To me that makes no sense. But also for me, right? Because I got some sense. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, I was going to help a woman through medical school. Number one, she got to be my wife, and she had to have been my wife for a little while. You know what I'm saying? I need to see how she moves, right? But not only that, let's say I'm putting her through medical school. Number one, where I'm drawing up a promissory note. Yeah, I'm drawing up a promissory note because I gotta protect my investment. If I'm spending $250,000 to put you through school, I'm protecting my investment because she can up and leave me. The minute she get that motherfucking degree and she get that MD behind her name, she can up and leave me. Cool, she can leave. But guess what, bitch? There's a promissory note. You owe me $250,000. Right? So I ain't gonna let you just do that to me, right? That's one. Two, if I was putting through medical school, my thing is we're gonna have a plan because her being a doctor, okay, how does that benefit my program overall?
Exactly.
Right. And I got something to say about that too.
All right. All right, caller, we got to turn the show off in the background, please.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to put it on mute. Hold on.
All right, caller, we got to turn the show off in the background.
Go ahead.
Okay, man. 726, you're on live with the Manhood is a Skill Set Show. We got your host, K-Zag. We got Jay Roman and Miles. Name, age, city. How can we help you?
Oh, yeah, man. I was just hearing y'all, man, chop it up on it, man. You know, K-Zag, that's one of my cats from John Jay, man.
All right.
And so we go way back. So I was just checking him out, hearing y'all talk, but I just wanted to chime in just a little feedback,
but we still need your name, age, city. Really the age. We just got to make sure that you're over 18.
Yeah, no, I'm 49.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, Elroy.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, Elroy? What's good, fam? What's good, fam? It's been a minute.
What's good, man? What's good? I see y'all doing y'all's thing, man. I peek in every now and then, man, and check out the topics as they go. But I got a little extra time, man. I just wanted to put a little spin on it, if y'all don't mind.
Yeah. Do your thing, fam. Go ahead.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like I said, we all have our perception of what it is, but at the end of the day, everything we go into when it comes to a relationship is a risk. That's hands down. When you go to the casino and you put 100 up, you're trying to get 100 back, or more, depending on the odds. You know what I mean? But you ain't never trying to come out less than what you put on the table.
There you go.
You're always trying to come out where you're making something. So it's always going to be an investment. And so there's some bad stories and there's some good stories. But at the end of the day, we got to make a thorough assessment. And we as men have to learn to be, the leaders in the situation, because these women are now following our footsteps. Mm-hmm. They taking what we put out there, whether it be the game or whether it be taking care. they're out there trying to mimic what we do, whether it be the head of the household or whether it be a play on the streets. They're trying to mimic our behavior, and they get it from us. And so we have to be bigger and better, and we have to be that man that says this is what it's going to look like, not trying to say what you want it to look like. You understand? And gonna support, and so when we put it down and we put it in the beginning, then now you can have an expectation. And if you don't see those things happening, you're a fool for to keep on putting into something that's not putting into you.
Right.
There you have it.
Somebody, go ahead.
No, I said you're right. And let me say this, because you said getting into a relationship is a risk. And that's something I tell both men and women. When you get, whether it's a casual situation, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, you're having kids with people, you're cohabitating, it's a risk. But one of the things about risk, it should be a calculated risk. You have to weigh the pros and the cons. And one of the things, Elroy, is you can never escape the cons. Sometimes they happen. But you have to be prepared and understand that that's a realistic possibility.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. If you go and test drive a car, you see smoke coming out the tailpipe. I don't care what the guy selling tells you. You know what I mean? There's a problem. You know what I mean? There's a problem. You may not know what the problem is, but we tend to ignore the problem. That's the whole thing. We go and get what looks good to us instead of what's good for us.
Exactly.
There you go.
And so we should, and that's one of the things that we think, that just because they look good, but like you said, they go out there and get you invested in them because they look good, and you think you're gonna now have something that looks good, that got tangibles. You was a means. You weren't anything that they was investing in. You were just a means. And so a lot of these dudes, they feel their ego because they think, oh, I'm building that. But at the end of the day, they're not watching everything that's going on in front of them. You know what I'm saying? We know it.
Just some real shit. And what happens is a lot of these guys, they end up being part of a Ponzi scheme. where they invest their money in a chick and she did. Y'all got it, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. Shout out to Lord Hybrid with the $50 super chat. He said, I agree with y'all on this. My angle is I do not upgrade women at all. They get upgraded. They get upgraded experiences when they are with me. I will never invest in or upgrade them. And I agree with Miles. I don't listen to women talk unless it's about serving me. Facts. Yeah, man. Shout out to SBI for that $50 super chat. And Elroy, you wanna close with anything?
Yeah, I just want to close it like this, man. I mean, like I said, we got to really start having that conversation on what a real man is. It's not out there just running the women. It's about controlling your situation. If you're going to make babies, learn how to raise them. Learn how to be a man to give them something to look up forward to, And I think we allow ourselves to get too far behind the whole. And I'm just going to talk about black men in general. If you want to look at it and strip it down to the essence, we used to be a different brand. We've just become the European brand now. You know what I mean? We can do anything and do anything. But before we got off that ship, there wasn't no clubs or strip clubs. We were men that honored our women, and we honored our village, and we raised tribes. You get what I'm saying? And that's been real. And so now that's why we having these conversations today, because our sisters are lost, our men are lost, and we ain't making no progress getting further back to where we used to be. We becoming more European in our vision.
Facts.
There you go. You said vision, and right there, Elroy, and that's the thing. We as a people overall, and as individual men, we lack vision, because if our women are going to follow us, and we're actually going to have nuclear families, we as men need to have the vision for the women to follow.
Absolutely, bro. That's 100. Couldn't say it any better. That's what I mean. I can't say it no better than that. We got to start giving them something to follow. All right, boys, y'all stay up, man.
I appreciate you,
Kerry.
All right,
El. Appreciate you.
Take it easy, man. All right, peace. All right.
So earlier, Zach, you had mentioned, these things like, I don't understand how I was being a bad leader, even though I was leading, right? Yeah. So, and that's the thing that some of us have to realize is like, hey, leadership encompasses so much different things. So yeah, I had a plan for us. I had a vision for us, but I was doing it with somebody that didn't deserve it, didn't prove that they deserved it, right? And so this guy putting this woman through school, I'm quite sure there's things that he's seen through that schooling where he ignored. You know, I'm busy with school. I'm busy with school. Like there's certain things that he probably ignored, thinking, oh, it's because of medical school is so tough and so whatever. Like he'd have, but there was things he saw that when this happened, I don't believe he was that surprised. You know, he might not have wanted it to happen because of his investment, but wasn't that surprised. And I think that's what that continuous leadership has to be. And sometimes, you know, some of you guys have to admit, even your relationship, yeah, I lead. I was leading, but it was bad leadership because I missed certain things. I didn't take care of certain things. I didn't ground certain things. I didn't remind the person about certain things. And this is where you have. So it's not just saying it, but it's a practice that you have to do every day.
Well, one of the things that I've said in the past when it comes to relationships, when it comes to us men, who we elect to have in our lives, when it comes to the women we deal with, when things don't work out. Now, this is what guys have to understand. Your relationships are going to be revolving doors. It's going to be a revolving door for people, not just women, but for people in general, right? People are going to come, they're going to go. Some are going to stay for a short while, others are going to stay for a longer while. But what guys have to understand is that you need to make sure that whatever woman you have in your life, that it's not predicated on superficial shit. Like the homie was saying, just because a chick looked good, and he used a great analogy where a guy gets a car that's smoking, but he wants the car so bad.
You're going to take it anyway.
Yeah, you're going to take it anyway. Right. And I know people who've done that because they just like the way the car looks. They got to have it. Right. Mm-hmm. So one of the things I said is that as men, if you get into a relationship and it ends badly, there's a lot of turmoil, toxicity. What typically happens is one or two things happen. Either you had the right woman, but you fucked it up. And that's where leadership comes in at, or the consistency of good leadership. Or you chose the wrong woman from the very beginning, right? This is why we go so hard in the paint. When y'all very first meet women, from the time you say hello, you need to be on your P's and Q's with that woman. Because that woman you're talking to for 5 minutes, 2-3 years later, you can be in a relationship with that woman. So everything that happened when you first met her, leading up to that shit will manifest itself later on in a relationship. Meaning, if she's a good chick, if she's a good fit for you, it will be fruitful. If she's a bad fit for you, if she's not a wise choice, you're gonna have turmoil in your life. You're gonna have drama. But you got to know.
Guys, call in 919-647-9392. Call in 919-647-9392. And yeah, that's pretty much it. These we got oh yeah, that's SPI again. Yeah, we got any questions?
Let's see here. Let me go. No, we don't have any questions. Surprising. Hey, yo, man, we ain't gonna be here forever. Yeah, y'all better come with it with the questions. The call-in number is right there, scrolling across the bottom of the screen. 919-647-9392. 919-647-9392. Now, so let's get back to the title. You should never upgrade a woman who doesn't admire you. Now, I want to get to what the homie said right here, right? Because he said they don't get upgraded, or they get upgraded experiences when they're with me. I would never invest or upgrade in them. Now, that's your personal choice. I would never tell a man how to run his shit, right? As long as you're getting what you want and the outcome is to your liking, who am I to say anything about what the fuck you're doing? Right. So I would say this. There is nothing wrong with putting your wife through school. But I would tell you, before you do that, you better know what the fuck you're doing. Okay, you better be sure that you got the woman you think you got. You better be sure. Okay, hold on real quick, y'all.
Ashton Dreyer says
All right, there we go. Let me grab it. So he says, does being socially competent with women or guys make women get turned on with that skill? See right there. Bro, y'all are too focused on pussy. Okay, we're trying to see, and this is why what we try and teach go over a lot of you guys' head, because we're trying to teach you how to actually have situations with women that yield results beyond pussy. But you're still focused on, I just want to get my dick wet, right? and what happens is, because you're so focused on that, you're going to be focused on how the woman looks. And because you're focused on that, you're going to end up dealing with a woman where, because you are a tender dick individual, you're going to get pussy whipped, and you're going to get into a relationship, and you're going to be like the niggas in the clips we were showing, right? So instead of focusing on how to get some pussy, you should be more focused on, how do I conduct my life where I only deal with women who actually respect me, right? And if you're dealing with women who actually respect you, you're going to end up having sex with those women. So focus more on dealing with women who actually bring value to you, instead of just dealing with women for the sake of dealing with women. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, right? Because I'm here to tell you, you can have sex with women who don't respect you. I'm here to tell you, you can get into a relationship with women who don't respect you. I'm here to tell you, you can get married and even have kids with women who don't fucking respect you. So let's get to that point when Miles talks about the masculine identity, when the homie L talks about the truth is inside you. When we talk about the things that we talk about, it's understanding that you have value as a man. You have value. And for you to only deal with women who see that value.
Facts.
Right? That way you won't go through the shit that some of these guys go through. But when you're focused on just getting a pretty bitch you can run some pipe in, right? Come on, man. Like we got to do better. You got something you want to add to that, fam?
I think this is DC Touchmaster. What up, DC Touchmaster? What's going on with you?
What's up, nephews? Miles, J. Roman, and K. Zaggin. What's up?
What's going on, brother? What's on your mind today?
Yeah, I got a question for all of you, because I just have a question here. So, what is the difference between freedom and what was that other word? Well, what's the difference between having freedom and then like game, like extreme game? I know that's not the term. Just that quick, I forgot. But it's like, I made a statement to somebody and it changed my perspective of my life, because I realized how grateful I was for what I had.
Mm-hmm.
If all the statement was, someone was saying that I wasn't happy the way I'm operating or the way I think about life, which is game, I wasn't happy. And I said, how can you say that? How can you say that? I said, what makes me happy, what makes me happy, and I know, is that I can get up at any fucking time, pack up, leave this bitch, and don't look back. Can you do that? And it was crickets.
Right.
And I was like, wow, shit, I can actually do that shit. I ain't got no kids, no property. I pack my shit and be gone. And I said, you know what? A lot of people can't do that.
That's a fact.
And maybe that's why I am the way I am, because I don't give a fuck. Take it away. I've had it before, it's been taken away before. You know, so I'm just thinking, but just the attitude alone, I guess I'm not giving a fuck about the possessions, about the, I guess the material.
Mm-hmm.
And really not, honestly, not really giving a fuck. And when I said that, it put me in another perspective. So I didn't know I was asking if that was like another level of your thinking as far as game, in game, the level of game where you really don't give a fuck because it can go at any time. And when you say that, when I said it to myself, I heard it and it echoed it. It just something clicked. It's like another shift. So that's what I was asking, because that was my experience.
I missed the whole call, but y'all can go ahead and speak to it.
Nah, but he's so he's talking about the ability to be totally free, like to be able to leave any situation. Like I guess I guess it's kind of like that movie Heat. You got to be able to walk away from anything in 5 minutes, 5 minutes or less. You know what I'm saying? And,
yeah. Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead, Mom.
Yeah. So I mean, it depends on. To me, it depends on how you design your life, because you have some men who they want to have legacy, right? They want to leave their mark on the world. They want to have family. They want to carry on their name, and that's legacy. And that is where their power lies, right? That's where the interest lies, and that's what makes them feel powerful, right? But then you have some men who, you know, like yourself, where it's like you have a certain level of independence where, you know, you take care of yourself, you're responsible for yourself, and that's your main thing. And if you want to move, or if you want to be mobile, you want to be able to be able to, you know, pick up and leave, pack up and leave, whatever it is, you have that power of freedom, right? You have that power of freedom. So it's really up to you and the type of man that you are, right? But your question was, what's the difference between freedom and game?
What's that?
Your question originally was, what's the difference between freedom and game, correct?
Or how much freedom is in game?
How much? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jay Roman.
It's all connected.
How much freedom is in game? Because freedom versus game. You know, I kind of took what you were saying was, you know, the fact that I am free. How much does that improve my game?
There you go.
You know, it's all connected. It's all connected. It's all connected.
Yeah, and to me, not the ability to leave, but the threat of something being taken away from me is not a threat, because I'll be cool by myself. So, you know, I don't care how long our relationship is. If you want to bounce, then that is your right to bounce. You can't threaten me with bouncing to make me do something against my manhood. So, you know, now, do it hurt? It might hurt, but I'll feel all right tomorrow. I'll feel all right. I will survive. That's my thing. Like, there's nothing you can do that will make me think I won't survive without it. I'm going to survive. I'm going to rebuild or do whatever I got to do. And that's what kind of bothers me sometimes when cats get divorced. And I know a dude, man, for the last 3 years, he's been talking about his ex-wife and how much money, you know, he had to split and things like that. And I understand, yeah, it's not your plan, but at the same time, you'll rebuild. You're still breathing. You're still going to work. Yeah, you thought you was going to retire soon, but you're not. But that's part of life. You know, like the caller said, that new Zag, that hey, there's a risk with everything you do.
Right.
You try to minimize the risk through experience and education and influence, right? So just like earlier we talked about putting somebody through school, you know, I always take the situation as your wife, because if you're trying to put your girl through school, I wouldn't do that. Nope. I just wouldn't do that. I don't care how great of a girlfriend she is. We have to be on a different level to get that sort of thing going on.
Facts.
Now, I can support you by helping you study, by helping making some flashcards for you, like doing a lot of different things.
Right.
But at the same time, just to drop down and do that. However, if you guys are building and that's what you want to do, you better make sure your relationship and your game is tight to make sure that's going to be successful for you. It's not something I would do. I've done it before. I have learned my lesson that if I was married, I might do it, but I probably would go first. I would say as a guy, go first. If you guys got plans to help each other go to school, you'll say, hey, I'll go first. I'll try to knock this out and go from there. And then we could help you do that too. So there's always going to be a risk, but to me, you can't be afraid to lose anything.
Right.
Because when you're afraid to lose something, in fact, like when some people go to try to be an officer or a police officer or military or something like that, you know, they check your credit, right?
Yeah.
And so they want to know what's on your credit. And it's not to see if you can do good finances. It's just that if you're hurting financially, you're more likely to be influenced by somebody saying, hey, I need you to do this for this amount of money. Right? Because now you're already hurting financially. You made decisions that weren't great financially, and this is where you're at. Now, is it a sure thing? No, it's not a sure thing, but it just gives you a window that if you're already hurting, what would you do? So my thing is got to be full. Go ahead.
No, I just want to say, and to your point about putting a woman through school, again, you have to ask yourself, how does this impact your program specifically? Right? How? Like what purpose ultimately is that going to serve? Let's go back to the doctor thing, right? Because I would have been like, number one, the promissory note where you're going to sign that. I'm not just going to, I'm not, bro. There's no way in hell I'm spending $250,000 to put a chick through school and I don't watch my back. Ain't no fucking way, right? So one, we're doing a promissory note. The second thing I'm gonna tell her is, this is what we're gonna do. When you get into your residency and you get to the point where you're actually becoming a doctor, you're also gonna have a private practice. And I'm gonna be co-business owner for that private practice. That's how you see. My thing is this: if you got a problem with that, that means you have a nefarious goal in mind. If you got a problem with saying the money you make from working at a hospital, that's your money, but you're gonna have a private practice, and I'm gonna be making money from that, right? Because all that money I spent, I'm gonna get that money back, bro. Ain't no way. I'm not giving a bitch $250,000. I'm sorry, nigga. I don't care if she's my wife or not, nigga. But go ahead, I got it.
Guys, call it.
I think guys get sucked into it. Go ahead, Zach. I mean, Mouse.
Now I was just saying, guys, call in 919-647-9392. I think OG hung up. So
okay.
Yeah. So and let me say this. And here's my thing. And shout out to Elroy, the homie that called, homie that I knew since I was in high school and shit. Here's my thing. Now the woman can leave. She can leave, but guess what? I'm part business owner in her private practice. So she can leave all she wants. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, I am not spending $250,000 and I ain't got nothing to show for it when you bounce. Ain't no fucking way I'm getting caught like that, bro. Ain't no fucking way. And people gonna be like, well, you gotta trust her. I don't gotta trust her. I trust me. I trust my decision-making abilities. And I'm not that dumb to put a chick through medical school and not have a way to protect my investment.
Right.
Ain't no fucking way. No, but what did the lady say? Well, he loves her. And that's the thing. And I want guys to understand that. There is nothing wrong with loving a woman. Right? If you are in a healthy relationship where you and a woman love each other, it's a beautiful thing. I'm here to tell you. I would never deny that. However, you can't be making life-altering decisions on some I love her shit. Like, I'm sorry, I can't get behind that shit. But y'all got it, man. God damn it, we got some questions.
Zach, people lie to themselves, and I know I did. I was lying to myself. I'm trying to be this good leader, right? Hey, we're gonna attack the world together, and this is what we're gonna do. Follow my lead, right? The thing is, I wasn't leading myself. Leading myself. Like, there's more parts of leadership that you got to think of, and it's not just trying to, let me put my. Because part of it too is, hey, I put her through to doctor school. I'm married to a doctor.
See, and that's the ego. That's your ego. That's your ego.
I'm missing this stuff. Because I'm married to a doctor.
Right.
So it's just, you gotta watch out. And the complexity of it is that, like you said, ain't nothing wrong with loving your woman. Ain't nothing wrong with doing that. But I think Miles always says it's almost like a child, right? Like, you still got to teach, you still got to guide, you still got to be responsible for all of that, not just the love. Yep. So, there's a lot more to it. So, yeah, me telling her, nah, we're not doing that. It ain't because I don't love her. It's just that, I have responsibilities to myself and to everybody underneath me. So.
All right, and shout out to Lord Hybrid with the 50. He says, I don't invest in women because by nature they betray men. I will only upgrade her if she has a child from me because it's not for her. It's my child. Okay. If I invest in her, I empower her to be independent of me. I'd only invest in her to let her go. Well, see, I don't look at it that way. See, but here's the thing, though. You're talking about it from a fear-based mindset. Because you said, I don't invest in women because by nature they betray men. I'm not concerned with a woman betraying me necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not dumb enough or gullible or naive enough to assume that it can't happen. Well, see, here's the thing. I want guys to understand two different mindsets. There is a mindset of I'm worried about her potentially fucking me over.
Right.
Versus I'm not concerned with her fucking me over, although I know it's a possibility it can happen. It's two different mindsets, right? Because the mindset of being scared of a woman fucking you over will keep you from doing things. The mindset of understanding that it's a realistic possibility, it won't keep you from doing things. You'll just be careful what you do and how you do it, right? There's a difference, right? Now, again, I'm not here to tell men how to move because you said empower her to be independent of me. I want a woman to be independent of me. I don't want a woman to be codependent on me. And to your point, if she has my child and I die, I need her to be independent of me so she can continue to carry on my legacy with that child. Because here's the thing, I want guys to understand something. When a woman has your child or your children, you need to pick right. And what I mean by that is this. I grew up with both my parents in a household. When my father left and went to work, and my mother was a stay-at-home mother for a little while, she was an extension of my father.
Mm-hmm.
So if we were doing something, keep doing that shit. I'm gonna tell your father, okay, and we stopped doing shit. But because she was an extension of my father. So you need for a woman you need to empower her to be independent of you. So when you're not around, the rules that she goes by in the household, she's still maintaining in your absence. Just because that nigga's not here, don't mean you can do what the fuck you want to do. Your father said. So even when you're gone and you're dead or y'all broke up a divorce, she still has that same type of energy. When she's making decisions for that child, she keeps you in mind. See, guys, this is how you know you made the right decision in a woman. If y'all break up or get a divorce, you still have the ability to influence her. And you guys to understand that. You still see a lot of guys, when you get put on child support and a woman is taking you to court and giving you hell, it's because one, she don't respect you, two, she don't admire you, and three, you don't have no ability to influence her. See, if a woman actually respects you, whether you're together or not, she still respects you. Come on, man. But anyway, y'all got something I want to add to this?
Yeah, I think the best upgrade that you can give a woman is your influence. And to me, it's like at this point, no matter what woman I'm or be with or mess with, they would get the same me. And that's automatically going to upgrade them by your resources, your experience. And if they start to move like you move, they're going to be a lot better. And if you can't say that, then if you say, because there's guys like, oh, she upgraded me, I wouldn't be where I'm at without her. That's the opposite of that, right? So, you know, if that's what you're saying, then there's a lot more work you need to do on yourself.
Yeah, but and all of this goes back to guys are getting into relationships or marriages with women, and you don't know your woman. And I don't think guys truly understand that. You literally don't know your woman. You don't know her. There was another story that was on Facebook probably about a year ago, where this guy and woman, they were engaged to be married. And they went to go see a wedding, the wedding planner. And while they're talking to the wedding planner, the woman tells the man, she don't ask, she tells the man, when we get married, I'm going to stop working. And he looking at her like, oh, wait a minute. And he tells her, no. You need to keep working. You know, our lifestyle is predicated on both of our incomes. And she tells him, well, then we can downgrade. You make enough to take care of both of us. So she's telling the nigga. She isn't asking if it's okay. She's telling him. So my thing is this, and this is how you know guys don't know their women. Mark, I will never be in a position where a woman drops that kind of shit on me. right? It will never happen because I'm very careful of who I select to be in my life in that capacity, right? So if you are in that situation where your woman is telling you, while you guys are in the midst of planning for the wedding, she's telling you, I'm no longer going to work, right? You couldn't peep that she was on that kind of time before all of this?
Right.
You couldn't peep that, right? And women will drop clues. Women will drop clues. I hate working. God, if I ever had a chance to not work, boy, I would stay at home. So if you're dealing with a woman who's telling you that, nigga, be prepared. Be prepared where if she gets a chance to not work, she's just going to spring it on you. And she ain't even asking you. And now you're in a situation where you've invested so much time, effort, and energy and money into the situation, you be like, well, I might as well just stick with it and I'm going to stay, but I'm going to give her a piece of my mind. And we're going to argue constantly about our difference of opinion because you don't know your woman.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just happy to have a woman who wants to have sex with you. You're happy to have a woman who wants to cook and clean. This is why, and let me get to this real quick, because it's going to segue into this. Because Joe Blast says, what do you brothers mean by a woman bringing value to you? A lot of guys think a woman being domesticated is value. Look, let me tell y'all something. Any relationship I've ever gotten into, specifically if we were going to go cohabitate or be married, it's a prerequisite that a woman is domesticated. It's not, I don't look at it as value. It's a prerequisite. She has to already have the willingness to want to do that.
Exactly.
Of her own volition. She has to have the willingness. I don't want her to feel obligated, right? Because here's the truth. If a woman is cooking, she's not cooking for you. That bitch got to eat too, nigga. What are we even talking about, right? So if she's cooking, all she's really doing is making an extra portion. All she's really doing is getting out one more plate, one more cup, one more bowl instead of silverware. But she got to eat too. If she's doing the dishes, she made a mess too. So she's not really doing it for you, but the fact that guys attach or assign value to that, now you're making a woman think she's bringing value because she's willing to cook. Bitch, you got to cook too. You want to live in a clean house too? Do you want to walk on a dirty floor or you going to sweep and mop that shit? So it's not about her doing it for you. She got to do it anyway. The problem is you have women, they don't want you to benefit from what they're doing because they don't like you. Right? That's what it is. They don't want you to benefit from what they're doing because they don't like you. So when we talk about value, a woman's beauty has no value to me. Access to a woman sexually has no value, which is why a woman who's trying to make me wait for sex, she got to go, right? Because if a woman's trying to make you wait for sex, she's telling you, you value sex. So if you value sex, in order for you to get sex from me, you got to do the things that I value first. And what she don't understand is, baby girl, I don't value sex, so I'm not waiting for it, right? So I don't value that. Go ahead, man. Let's take the call.
All right, so we got 704. You are on live with the Manhood is a Skill Set show. We got your host, K-Zag. We got J. Roman and Miles. Name, age, city. How can we help you?
Wow, this is Lord Hype, man.
SPI?
Yeah, man.
Hey, what's going on with you, bro?
I'm chilling. How y'all doing, man? Enjoy the show.
We chilling, man.
Doing good, fam.
Yes, sir. Thanks for supporting the show, brother. Thank you.
No doubt, man. No doubt. I just want to put my little 2 cents in, man.
Okay.
As far as the investment, and I respect what K-Zag is saying and everything, but I'm looking at it. I hear what you're saying as far as, you know, the woman, you don't know her, respect, admiration. There's an economic aspect to it that I think you're ignoring. And
okay, let's go.
If you look, I'm gonna give you examples of empowered women and what they did. I'm gonna start with my brother Dame Dash. Dame Dash empowered his ex-wife. He brought her in his company as an intern. Then he invested in her to start a fashion company, Rachel Roy.
Mm-hmm.
That company became wildly successful. Then she fucked his man, divorced him, because I think the Becky with the good hair was Jay-Z was she was fucking Jay-Z. Divorced the man. Every chance she get, he was just dragging this nigga, got him in debt for child support and all that.
Okay.
Second example, look at Russell Simmons. He did the exact same thing with that chick, the Chinese, the Asian chick.
Kimora Lee.
Kimora, yeah.
Kimora. Gave her baby fat, became wildly successful. Then she divorced them and started fucking all these other niggas, and then turned his daughters against them, and then got with a Wall Street dude and scammed him out of millions of dollars.
Okay,
and
cool.
Turned out to be a scam artist, and he had to go to prison for scamming. Even after the divorce, he still invested with her, and she got him scammed out of tens of millions of dollars from some business investment that they did. Now that dude that she got with.
So FBI. Okay, cool. Two great examples. Now, watch what I do.
I ain't even finished with the examples, but go ahead.
No. Let's stick with Russell Simmons. Russell Simmons and Dame Dash. Hold on, real quick. Let's stick with Dame Dash and Russell Simmons. Both of them are tricking ass niggas. Okay, both of them. And what I mean by that is, if you pay attention to how they move, these two brothers were always overly concerned with trying to get the baddest chick in the room. Always, right? Because for them being men in the positions they were in, okay, men of power, right? They figured, I deserve the baddest bitch on my arm. Okay. The problem with getting the baddest bitch on your arm is she's only the baddest as far as how she looks to you. But is she the baddest as far as her character? Now, here's the thing. Both of them invested in their women as far as businesses. Did they have any ownership in these businesses? I'm not. If I'm helping a woman start a business, nigga, I'm gonna have ownership in that business.
Right.
Dame did. He still does have ownership in Rachel Roy.
Okay. He did. Then he good. He's straight. It don't matter who she fuck. Yeah, bro. Okay, so let's go with that. Boom, she cheated on him. She fucked his mans. They left. Cool. I don't care because every time she get paid, I get paid.
Didn't quite go like that.
So what was the other example you said?
I was gonna tell you, and even at a higher level, I look at Bill and Melinda Gates. She done left him, took half his shit. So the only one who I see who did it, I won't say right, but who's doing it in a sense to where he understands don't invest in them is 50 out of the public figures. Because Dame's doing it again. If you listen to Dame, the current Dame, he got this new girl, wifey for life. I'm in love. I'm investing. He's investing in her. It ain't blew up yet. Soon as it blows up, she's gonna dump him and take the money.
Okay, cool. All right, but the difference between 50 Cent and Dame Dash is 50 actually loves himself and he values himself. Right. That's the difference. And he don't put pussy over nothing. Dame Dash is still putting women above him. He's still doing it. That's what I'm saying. These are cornball niggas.
I don't think he puts the women above him. He puts the woman equal to him, and 50 does not put a woman equal to him. You know what I'm saying? Like 50 knows 50 is like me. Don't invest in her. When you get the access to all this lifestyle, when you with me, when you serving me, and when I'm pleased with you. But when you leave me, I'm not leaving you with all this. What's the name? Did it to Kanye. Kanye took Kim Kardashian to a whole nother level. Then she left him, and she's still rich without him. You know what I mean? So it don't matter if it's your wife. It's economics. So I'm not saying Dame is a lesser man or even Russell Simmons. I'm just saying investing in a woman is gonna backfire on you.
No, investing in the wrong woman. See, but you keep looking at the woman. Investing in the wrong woman will backfire. Investing in the wrong woman. See, and caller, this is what I'm trying to make.
A man that invested in his wife or in a woman and it worked good.
You said, can you repeat your question?
Yeah.
Can you repeat your question?
Please give me an example of a man that invested in his woman or a woman that he was with and it went the right way.
Jay-Z.
I got so many where it went wrong, but
Jay-Z, she was not a billionaire until Jay-Z got with her.
And I was gonna say, Jay-Z is a good example, but their business is dependent. Like he's managed her and he did all of that for her and he helped blow her up and he benefited from it too. You know what I'm saying? But it was he gave her something on her own.
Well, that's why you can't give a bitch nothing on her own.
There you go. I would never do that. I would never buy a woman a hair boutique and say it's yours. Now, if I bought a hair boutique, I'd be like, it's ours. But you can run it though. But best believe, when she get paid, I get paid. See, and he said, this guy right here, Still 314 said Zach is talking crazy. No, I'm not. See, the reason why he say I'm talking crazy is because I'm saying I don't give a fuck if she fucked another nigga or did whatever. Right? The relationship is over, but I'm still getting paper out the deal. Right? So guys are so worried about a chick fucking somebody. If she cheat, now first of all, I don't believe in monogamy or sexual exclusivity anyway. But if I was in a monogamy-oriented relationship and I invested in a woman, and if she cheat, I'm gonna get rid of her anyway. But that investment is gonna still yield results, even though the relationship is over. So how am I talking crazy? See, only niggas that think surface level are worried about something as piddly as a woman fucking somebody. Like if her fucking somebody's a deal breaker, kick her out your life. Where's the problem at? But go ahead, caller. Go ahead.
Yeah, but my only thing is, I feel like, or should I say, I hate when people say I feel like. I think, and what I've seen is investing in them, and even if you own a part of the business, she can still operate without you on 50% of the business, and she will cut you soon as you're not necessary. So that's my main thing. So I just don't believe in investing in them. I believe more in the 50 cent, business model. Right. As far as don't invest in them and let them benefit from you while they with you, and then after they decide to move on, they ain't taking nothing of yours with them.
Right.
And FBI, there's nothing wrong with what you just said. There's nothing wrong with what you just said. Okay. All I'm saying, I'm not telling guys to invest in women. I'm just saying if you're going to be smart about it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not telling guys to do it or not do it. I'm just saying if you're going to do it, don't be a dumbass. Cover all your bases and make sure if and when she bounces that you're not looking at her like, God damn, she just got me. I just spent all of this money upgrading her life and I'm left looking dumb. Just make sure you're not that guy. That's all I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying. And another one more point before I go is also, I don't want to be in business with my chick. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like, even now, the chicks I date, I don't even let them know what I do. And I'm not a lying dude, but I do lie to them and tell them I do something else. Like when they ask me what I do, I tell them I'm in a tech business, something that I know they don't understand. And I use a lot of technical jargon, so they won't ask so many questions and it just goes away. But I keep my business completely separate from my woman. I do not want to be in business with my chick. Because then if our relationship gets on the rocks, it could affect my business. I can't let none affect my business.
And I agree. I agree with you. And this is the mistake that a lot of guys make. Because they get the pillow talking with chicks and they feel all affectionate and shit. And they be telling women shit they shouldn't be telling them. Right? And to your point, a woman doesn't need to know details about what you got going on. All she needs to know is, does she want to fuck with you? And while she fucking with you, does she like fucking with you? That's it.
That's it. And if I'm enjoying her, then I will give her the benefit of being with me. That's as far as it's going. You know what I mean? But as far as going into business with my woman, let my woman know about my business, or investing in her to have her own business, that's out of bounds for me. I ain't doing it because I know how they do. But
FBI, FBI, and I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you. Again, I'm not telling men to invest or not invest, but if you do invest, first and foremost, be smart about it. But make sure she's your wife, though. Don't be investing in no fucking girlfriend. That's retarded. Like, that's retarded. Because see, look, because here's one of the pros about getting married. And I'm not telling guys to get married, but what I'm saying is when you do get married, when you talk about the separation of assets, at least there's legal recourse, right, for you. But if you out here investing in your girlfriend, you're putting her through school, and she leaves you, there's no legal recourse. You can't take her to court and sue her. Because there was no promise that she was going to pay you back. There was no promise. There's no paperwork. Right? So what I'm saying, if you're going to invest a lot of money, right, don't do it for no girlfriend. But even if you do it for your wife, at least make sure there's legal recourse so you don't get screwed at the end and shit. That's all I'm saying. Be smart about it. That's all I'm saying.
I think callers still kind of operating from the fear factor of, when it don't work out. I mean, we can give examples of when it don't work out and some examples when it does work out. I don't know all the different stories from who and who. My main thing is that if you choose to do this, to me personally, I'm with Zag. We got to be married. This has to be a plan, and protect yourself so it works out for a benefit for you. I'm one of those type of people. Once we split, we're split. Then it's just business from this point on. So if I'm invested in your beauty salon, I'm invested in your beauty salon. Let's I'm getting money from that as you get money from that. We're not together. Cool. I just increased my portfolio.
There you go.
And I feel like we're holding the emotional ties if I can't work with you just because we're split. The only thing I got to do is, how much do we need for this? And we need this product or whatever. How much am I getting back? Now, if it's a bad investment from this point on, then I'll get rid of that investment. So, I don't know what all the different stars are doing, how they're investing, how they're protecting themselves. But all I can say is for a lot of us ain't got star problems, right? We don't have the millions of stuff, investing in the millions over here. So we're doing things within your financial means. Right. And so if you guys have a plan, if you're married, hopefully you're doing it if you're married, not if you're just boyfriend or girlfriend. I would only suggest that if you guys are planning to, if you have the focus and you looked into the future as a man and you sat your woman down and said, hey, you're working here and I'm working here. We need to go from here to here. This is the plan. All right. I'm going to go first to set the example, the tone on how we're going to handle this. And then we're going to move together and we're going to tackle this world together that way. That is my only suggestion, because as a leader, we got to attack first. We got to do it first. And I think sometimes guys operate in this equal world, and that's why you go first. Your dreams are just as important as my dreams and, all this other stuff. Like, nah, we're going to do it like this. If you don't go first, cool, you go first. But there's going to be a risk for everything. And I think that the way you try to alleviate some of the risk is making sure that you stay consistent with the standards you have as a man, to understand how you're still guiding stuff. Just like my thing is, hey, I'm more than will help you support school and do all that stuff. But what's for dinner still?
There you go.
Now, that don't mean you got to cook. It just means, hey, it's your responsibility. What are we doing as you tackle this? Are you communicating with me? Are we on the same page? Are you saying, hey, I fixed a big pot of spaghetti yesterday. That should last for a couple of days. I'm going to bake some chicken the other day and stuff like that. Because like Zag was saying, you're going to have to eat. You're going to have to take care of if I wasn't here and you were going through school, you would be doing the same thing. There is no difference. You're just adding 2 extra pieces of chicken in there. You're just adding 3. You're going to do the same thing. Are you handling your responsibilities? Are you deserving to stick and continue with this plan by the way you are handling what you already have? So, fellas, go through it. you know, I never want to get into that zone where, you know, that I see sometimes on different podcasts where it's almost like, you know, y'all don't want the chick to talk, y'all don't want her to breathe, y'all don't want, like, it's crazy how people talk. Like, y'all don't have, you know, if you want your woman in your business, yeah. If she's your wife, yeah, you assign her things. You know, if you can't have her in your business, to me, why is somebody that close to you that you don't trust? You could protect yourself different ways through business. Like, hey, if we ever was to dissolve this, we could split this. It's a risk. You already know it.
Exactly.
You already know if you split, like, we know how this world works, legal terms work. If you are married, 50% of what's going on is hers, unless you make sure she signs something that says she don't have any rights to it. So, you know, why not have somebody you trust the most count that money and help you out and call those vendors while you attack the world over here?
There you go.
If you want that to be. So, you know.
Let me give you this, because you said two words that one of them I agree with, one of them I disagree with.
All right.
You said fear and risk. I'm a business person. I'm an established person already. So when you coming from an established person or a business person who's already 7 figures and up, dating is a different situation than a normal person. You know what I'm saying? So I have to play the risk game. So when you say I'm still approaching it from a place of fear, no, I'm a business person. And I've been in business a long time. Everything is based on risk. Risk, like insurance companies, actuarial statistics. What's the statistics that this house gonna burn down? They make decisions based on that. So I have to look at percentages. What's the percentage chance that I'm gonna get taken advantage of by this woman or even divorced from this woman? That's how I make decisions. Not a fear thing. It's a logic thing based on numbers. I have things to protect. So for me, looking at the information that I've seen over years involving a romantic relationship and a business relationship, like even when I was just working a regular job, they were saying, never get your pussy and your money at the same place. If something blow up, it could risk your income, risk. You know what I mean? So I make risk calculations. So it's the same principle.
Well, let me answer some of that.
And my pussy at the same place. I don't have my woman in my business. That's pussy and money.
Let me answer some of that. Let me answer some of that for you.
Business or woman in business.
So I'm gonna just answer some of that too. I done got pussy at every business I done, you know, been at, every place I ever worked at, and it's never worked out bad for me, right? So, you know, that's me in one example that will say, hey, it worked out for me. You know, I don't know. I guess I should keep doing it. But we all know that just because it works one time, it might not the next time. Just like something didn't work one time, it might work the next time. So my thing is, if you were to meet a woman and you say, hey, I got my business, 7 figures, I'm keeping her out of it. And I think that's smart. I don't not think that's smart. If that's something you want to do, then that's how you handle it. What if she comes with a business idea because you're a businessman that now you think is great? Do you say, hey, I can't do that business idea with you because you're my woman?
No, see, if I want that idea, I will invest in that idea, but I will own 100%. And she will work for that business. But I'm not going to go 50-50 with her. You know what I mean? I heard, I think it was Kay Zagan said earlier. It's like if she wants a beauty salon, right? I'll put the beauty salon in. I'll set it up and let her work for me. I'll own the business 100%. I'm not going to be partners with her. And even Kay Zagan said, why am I going to invest in you if you didn't invest in yourself? So if you got a great idea, you invest in it. I'll give you.
I'm expecting her to invest in it, invest her time, invest money, and invest what she can into it, just like I'm invested into it. So I don't know what the split is going to be. So I agree. Like if you put all the money up, and put, you did a lot of all the work, then to me that investment cut is different. But at the same time, you're still investing in her idea. And maybe you say, hey, I'm the type of person, if I invest, I want it all. I don't know nothing about hair. I don't know nothing about beauty shops, beauty salons, or nothing. But I got this woman with me that knows all about it, that has proven she knows about it, not just because she said it, right? She works at a shop. She has customers. She didn't build them up. And she goes, you know what? I could do this, on my own shop. I just need this amount. And to me, you're right. Like Zag is right. If she's coming with a portfolio, a plan or something like that, then she's serious about it, right? And to me, I can invest in that. And we can split that. And that split's going to be no matter if we're together or not. And I think that's the way you protect yourself, because it don't matter if you build whatever up. As soon as you get married, people are having problems with prenups right now. There's always a risk that something could be of yours that was done when y'all was together could be split. So, but I'm with you though. Like, I feel like it's one of those things is if it's your program, have it your way, but understand, everything about your way.
There you have it.
Just look at it like this. You could always arrange things for your priorities. My girl, she wants to do a beauty salon idea. Okay. We understand the business model of most beauty salons is a bunch of chairs in there and them chicks that do the hair rent from the dude that own it. So I'm gonna put a beauty supply together and she can rent a chair from me and start her little hustle. And I can rent to some other chicks too. All I gotta do is make sure I'm insulated from loss. You know what I mean? Now, if it blows up, she start making money, and she's like, yo, I want in. Well, you could buy the business. I ain't got no money. We'll go to the bank and borrow some money. Go get my money. But I'm going to always situate my stuff to where I'm not losing. And a woman, is most of the time, you're going to end up losing. You know what I'm saying? You're going to end up, it's going to be a cost associated with it. That's just man and woman dynamic. So for me, I ain't risking my wealth and I ain't investing in her and then dealing with what I seen all these men deal with.
You talk about your wife, right? Like if you were married.
I've seen it both ways, but mostly I've seen it for married men. Like Russell and Damon, married men.
Well, this is what I would say. This is what I would say, SPI, is a lot of these guys, they think because their woman is with them, oh, she loves me. She would never do that to me, right? They have that mentality, right? Where they go in there eyes wide shut, thinking because a woman, oh, we got this tight ass bond, she'll never fuck me over, and to me, that's not the way you want to go into it. With oh, she loves me. No, she can love you, she can care for you, she can have all the affection in the world, and all that shit is wonderful. But again, we're talking about a calculated risk. We're talking about understanding. I'm about to make this decision. I understand very well the pros and cons. The cons could be her leaving. Cool. So to your point, when we talk about investing, you only invest in people you see value in that bring value to you, right? To me, I don't think any guy should invest in a woman simply because he loves her. Like to me, I don't think there's value in love. And some people might think, what I'm saying, I don't see that. I don't think there's value in love. Real quick. My father, right? My father, he never co-signed anything for my mother or for us. If we went to him and tried to get him to co-sign for a car, he was like, hell no. You know what I'm saying? So my father had the mindset of, I'm not attaching myself to any of y'all motherfuckers financially. Right. You know what I'm saying? Where you miss a payment or something happens and my ass is flapping in the wind. Because my good name and my credit could be fucked up, right? So I learned that from my father. Like, I ain't co-signing. Like, my son asked me to co-sign to get a car. And I said, no, I ain't doing that. Now, for you people that want to do that, cool. But I'm not doing that, right?
So
not for my
grandfather. Yeah. My grandfather said, I got 6 brothers and 1 sister. My grandfather said no to everybody but me. And when we talked about it, he says, I know you and I know you'll take care of it.
Right.
And I did. And and not one payment was missed. Even if I had to sling a little D to get that note, not one payment was missed. Right. So I think his evaluation is what he looked at and said, for you, I'll do it. And he told me, don't tell your other, because I ain't co-signed for none of them.
Uh-huh.
So, and that's the thing. Like, I think for me personally, like, I know we're just chit-chatting about this as far as, because there's guys in these situations and guys about to get into situations. The girlfriend thing, no, I would never. But, what you plan for and how you run your household when you have that wife or that person underneath you, to me, that's up to you, but understanding everything about it. I think that at some point, I'd rather know the person that's counting my money than don't know.
There you go.
Right.
Hey, you got anything you want to add, Colin?
I think we gotta make decisions. We gotta make business decisions. And I'm gonna give my girl the same deal I'm gonna give if Miles came to me and said, yo, man, I want to start a barbershop. I ain't got no money, but could you do this? I'm gonna give him the same deal I give my girl. I'm gonna give my girls. It's gonna be the best business decision for me, with an opportunity for him to come up too.
Right.
I'm gonna do the same. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be no love.
But no,
I
see,
do not.
The wrong thing. No money.
Caller. I feel you, because your mindset is, I can help you win, but I got to win too.
Yeah.
And I ain't got no problem with a guy, because I got that mindset.
Help you win.
Right. He said I ain't willing. I'm not willing to lose to help anybody win. Right.
And I agree. I think that mindset, and it goes back to the guy paying for his chick to go to medical school. That was dumb, and I'm surprised he ain't had no family members like tell him, don't do that, dog. But I love her. She got my back. All right, nigga. And then it blew up in his face. Yeah, but you putting on it. Yeah, but you putting on. Look, if she went and she was able to secure $100,000 in scholarships, right? I'm like, I got a couple of thousand I could put on top of that. But even with that though, it still go back to protecting myself, right? Now again, I'm not doing that for no girlfriend, right? But my point is, no matter what you do, just protect yourself and make sure that you're doing it not from a point of I love her and I want to make her happy. A lot of guys, they have that mentality. No, and to your point, caller, when you talk about, I want to help you win, but not at the expense of me losing. Same thing with trying to make someone happy. I'm not trying to make you happy with the expense of me being miserable. Like, that makes no fucking sense. But y'all got it.
SPI, man, we appreciate you, brother. Thanks for calling in. All right, thanks for supporting the show.
No doubt, brother. No doubt.
All right, take it easy, man.
Somebody call in with an example of it working out. Because I'm with SPI. I don't know how many examples I heard it hasn't worked.
I'll say this too. The Jeff Bezos example is not a good example, because Jeff Bezos' wife helped him to build Amazon. Jeff Bezos, matter of fact, Jeff Bezos' wife was the only one who believed in his idea and encouraged him to start the shit from their garage. You understand? So that's in a situation like that. If we divorce and she want half, it is what it is.
Through everybody's example, he wouldn't even be there, because that's the person he wouldn't trust to even be a part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So 448, you are on live with the Manhood is a Skill Set Show. We got K-Zag. We got your host, K-Zag. We got J. Roman and Miles. Name, Age, City. What's up?
You got some frauds.
Okay.
He called up just to say that?
Just to say that. Yeah, good for him.
Okay, all right, cool. Hey, look.
You got any more questions y'all want to?
Yeah. Let's get to some of these questions. Let me go back up. Hey, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to you too.
Like, we literally was just having a discussion about how to make decisions. We're not selling anything. We're not like, where y'all come from? Where y'all niggas come from?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We talking about some real ass shit.
We got different opinions here, all sorts of stuff.
But that's the guy who grew up without a daddy and shit. And he just, man, he lashing out.
Right.
So Kevin says, if a woman can fall out of love with the man they respect or love, does what we give them always have to be tailored due to their option of leaving or go and all regardless? Bro, I don't. Okay, first of all,
give them okay.
Yeah. Okay, so this is what I would say. Love and respect are not always mutually inclusive. Somebody can respect you and not love you. Somebody can love you and not respect you. It's not always mutually inclusive. The problem with a lot of people, they think if I can meet a woman who falls in love with me, everything would be under that umbrella of love. Her respecting me, her caring about me, her never wanting to fuck me over. It's going to automatically be under the umbrella of love. And that just ain't true. It's not true. So when you talk about a woman falling out of love with you, right? And this is the primary reason why men should not concern themselves with trying to get a woman to love them. Because if you look at love is a fickle, fleeting feeling. Right? Love is an emotion. Like people say love is an action word. It's a fucking emotion. Right? To the feeling of loving somebody is an emotion. Just by me saying it's a feeling, it's an emotion. So just like with any other emotion, it can go up and down. You can be sad today and happy tomorrow.
Facts.
You can be angry one minute and jovial the next. Right? So when you are counting on someone's emotions as to whether or not they want to fuck with you, that's a bad move, right? So at some point, you have to get to the point where you're making decisions from a practicality standpoint, where it's logical. It benefits you logically, because women have the ability to reason. This is why a woman will settle for you. Listen to what I'm saying. See, a woman settling for you has nothing to do with love. A woman settling for you is her reasoning from a logical perspective that it makes sense to attach herself to you, right? So if a woman is not sexually attracted to you, she don't really want to fuck with you, but you're willing to take care of her, and she's in dire straits, she's broke, and you're willing to give her an opulent lifestyle, logically, it makes sense for her to do it, right? But that's her reasoning with herself, right? So this is why you got to be careful when you deal with women. You want to make sure that although she's reasoning to be with you, that her reasoning to want to be with you is for you, not for something that she gets outside of you.
Facts.
If that makes sense. Y'all want to add to that? Y'all got something y'all want to add to that?
And I've always believed in that. Dealing with the whole investment, I've always believed that the only way a man should invest, the only way a man can invest in a woman is by investing in himself.
Facts.
Because similar to what Lord Hybrid said, like she's gonna benefit from me upgrading my experience. And again, operate at 115. So when you give, you're giving from a place of abundance. You're not giving from a place of lack where you're looking for somebody to reciprocate or you're looking for somebody to pay you back. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it. But let me see. Kevin, if a woman falls out of love, the man respects love. Does that give them always have to be tailored to their option of leaving or go all?
That's what I'm saying. I didn't understand what he was trying to say.
To me, I think he's like, are we giving because we're automatically assuming they're going to fall out of love or not respect you? To me, that's where your consistency comes in the most, as your beliefs as a man and what you believe. I don't know if you heard that example, that soccer player, where the soccer player, I don't know if it was his wife or his girlfriend or whatever, but pretty much he put everything in his mom's name.
Yeah, it was his wife. It was his wife.
It was his wife. So, there was something about the situation where he seen and was like, hey, let me do this to protect myself later on. Like, I don't think he did it the day before and then boom, this happens. He's seen something down the pipeline. And my thing is, you're always going to be vigilant, with everything you got going on to make sure, because you're checking yourself to be on P's and Q's and so forth. You will be able to look at the other person too. So, being consistent with yourself. And I think, Miles kind of led into it is, when you're consistent in things with yourself and, for that, to me, you'll start to notice this other stuff. You will notice there's a lot of signs. There's a lot of signs before, ladies go awry that, unless they just was super plotting and a scammer and whatever, usually there's some signs you can look back and be like, man, I seen this coming. I don't know why I didn't do this, or I don't know why I ignored
You always see it coming. You always see it coming, bro, if you're smart.
So,
yeah, but it goes back to, you have to understand why that woman is there. You always have to be cognizant of why she's fucking with you. Guys, why a woman is fucking with you is more important than the fact that she's fucking with you. Why is she there? Why is she here? You need to know that, because her reasoning for wanting to deal with you is going to show. It's going to come about eventually, right? So if she's about you, meaning in your time of needs, she's going to have your back. If she's about her, you're going to see that when you need her the most, she's going to be nowhere to be found. Okay, or the moment, and here's the thing, and I want guys to understand, when a woman settles for you, she always has an exit plan. Because she already knows that she's only here for a short time. See, when a woman is really about you, right, she's investing in the long term. Because in her mind, she's not going anywhere. Assuming that you don't fuck her over and do her dirty, in her mind, she's not going anywhere. So she doesn't mind investing, right? But with a lot of you guys and other guys, just because the woman is with you, just because you guys tell each other, I love you, you think that means something. No, it don't. Like, and it goes back to this. When you very first meet women, if you're dealing with a woman who is already giving you resistance, she's making everything a challenge, she's flaky, she's late on dates, and you get with that woman, later on down the road, all of that shit you were letting go, all the red flags you were seeing and you let go, it's going to come back to bite you in your ass. That's the saying. When people show you who they are, believe them.
Facts.
People will always show you who they are, but if you take a step back and you stop thinking about pussy so much, right, and you stop thinking about how pretty the chick is so much, and you stop thinking about being lonely and how you want affection and all that other shit, if you take all that shit for a moment and put it to the side, let me watch this chick. Let me study how she moves. Right? When I tell her to do something, does she do it with joy and a smile on her face? Or does she smack her fucking lips when I tell her to do something?
Facts.
Like, literally. That girl who she can't be your girl.
Right.
Something that small and insignificant to you is major to a nigga.
Facts.
She smacked her lips. All right, she can never be my girl. Right? Why? What the fuck you mean? Why? Look, all these type of things. In the very beginning when chicks is, how come we got to go there? How come we can't go here? I like that bar better. Just because she said that, she can never be my girl.
Thanks.
Ever. But a lot of guys, because the woman is still there, well, you know what? She do care about me, but maybe that's just the way that she is. You know, her father wasn't there. That's just the way that she is. No, she's that way with you because she doesn't admire you. She doesn't respect you. She doesn't really like you, right? She's just there because you're willing to give her something the other guys aren't. That's why she's there. It's a detriment to you. Again, sleeping with the enemy, friend or foe. That woman that you got that's fucking with you. That woman that you fucking. You actually having sex with this woman. You don't know she's really your adversary. She just hasn't shown you yet. She hasn't shown you that she's your adversary. Jada Pinkett Smith. She's not Will's wife. She's his adversary. She's his foe. But he don't see it like that. She never wanted to be with Will. She said it. I never wanted to be with him. My mama talked me into it. Her mama said, nigga, that's Will Smith. You know how much money he got? Girl, you better marry that man. Right? Because her mother had the sense to reason with her to say, hey, this is a come up for you.
Right.
Right. So think about Jada Smith's acting life. What is she doing in Hollywood? Nothing. I'm just in comparison to her man, nothing. Right? And some of the shit that she did get, most of the shit that she got was after she met Will. So her being attached to Will improved her visibility.
Right.
right? So even with that, right? If she left Will right now, how much is Will worth? 300 and something million, 400 million. She getting half. But in actuality, what did she contribute to the marriage? A headache. She been a headache for that nigga the whole time. But Will Smith loves her though. He said it himself. I love her. I want to give her something I never had, something that my mother never had. So he's doing it from a position of his feelings instead of practicality and being logical, right? Anyway. So we got another question. We're in overtime. So guys, this is the last question right here.
Oh, yeah, whenever you're ready.
Okay, real quick. So he says, what's a great rebuttal to women that say, all you make time is for sex? I've been hearing that a lot ever since I got firm with my time and having to remove many from my life. Okay, here's the thing. Your leadership starts with your actions, not with your words. Okay, let me say that shit again. Your leadership starts with your actions, not with your words. What I mean by that is this. If you're dealing with a woman and you tell her, I'm just looking for something casual, I'm not looking for anything serious, your actions have to match what you said. So if you're spending the night with her, if you're talking on the phone, listening to her problems, but you only call her when you want sex, but yet when she calls you to talk to you about her problems and you stay on the phone for 30 minutes, you're going to get inconsistencies in how she's approaching you because you're inconsistent with your message.
Exactly. Yeah.
If you just want to fuck her, just fuck her. Don't do nothing else. But y'all got.
Yeah. Nah, I think you're totally right, Kazak. He probably does other things with this woman. So now she's like, now that he's like focused on the sex. Now she's like, oh, but what happened to the talking? What happened to the thing? What happened to that? What happened to dates? What happened to this? So she's comparing them to having sex all the time to other things that they were doing, but it's his fault for introducing other things.
And here's the thing. There are exceptions, but 99% of the time, if you make it clear with women that you just want sex, you're not going to have any problems.
Right.
If you establish that and you stick to the script that you set, you're not going to have any problems. You only typically have problems when there's something about what you're doing and saying you're not being consistent. You're giving the women misleading impressions that they can have more, and then you're taking it back. And then you give them impressions they can have more, and then you take it back. And then you get drama in your life.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
Jay Roman, you want to speak to that before we close shop?
No, I'm in 100% with you. You're talking too much on the phone. If it's just a sexual relationship, you're talking too much. You only have problems when you start talking too much on the phone because that, you're starting to influence them a lot more, and they want that, and they want to continue that. They want to hear that, and instead of understanding, hey, when I come through, open the door, let's go to the back, let's do our thing, and then that's it. So, you gave her advice on her job and how she should handle her aunt and how she should handle this or that. And that's too much if it's just a sexual relationship. And
I made that mistake, Jay. I made that mistake. I thought I was being cool. I helped the bitch with her taxes one time.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. I thought I was being, and I didn't know. That's why I talk about inadvertent behavior, because I didn't know that one kind gesture would cause drama later on down the road. So later on down the road, and I'm just fucking this chick, but later on down the road, it came about. It was an issue, and I had to think, and I thought I fucked up, and I know exactly where I fucked up at. I helped the bitch with her taxes. She in her mind, she thought I cared. He cared. So if a woman thinks you care, it's only natural for her to think that non-sexual intimacy and hanging around non-sexually, that's on the horizon. So when she thinks you care because you did some shit, but then she never gets the non-sexual intimacy that she covets, she looking at you like, what happened with that? And you thinking to yourself, what the fuck is she talking about? Not realizing you did some shit that made her think it was possible.
See,
but on that note,
that's a great point, because you got to learn from what you do, right? You got something that has to wake you up. I got woken up once when somebody asked me to help them move. And it was like, what? Yeah, she was like, yeah. I was like,
oh, that's a hard no, nigga. That's
Like, why are you asking me this? We're not that cool. Like, we just come over, I just come over and do my thing. And the thing was, like, yeah, there was times I was on the phone. Oh, let me help you with this. You got that situation. So now here you are. Oh, let me ask him if he can help him move. Of course I did not. I didn't do that.
But see, and this is where, and shout out to Boss Mac, do you have the heart to be ruthless? Right? So if you're dealing with a woman and you just want sex, you have to kill all hope for anything else. It sounds, some women gonna listen to it, it sounds cruel, but you have to kill any hope. If she says, can I stay tonight? Nope. You want to take a shower with me? Nope. Can we just chill and talk? We can talk while we fuck. You have to kill all hope. You have to like it, and it.
You can't even talk while you fuck. This because how your day. My day was doing good. Oh, okay. I have this one coworker. Oh, you do, huh?
You have to take away all hope. I look at it as when a chick is a fuck buddy, she's in a basement with no windows. That's what she's in. When you elevate her, she can. When you're dating her, she can come up to the first floor. Look, there are some windows. There's natural light coming in now, right? That's how it's got to be that way.
I think a Wednesday at 12:00.
It's got to be that way, so you can manage and mitigate the drama in your life. That's all you're really doing. It's not about being mean to the woman. It's about, I got to protect you from yourself because you're going to fall for me. And because I'm that kind of nigga, if I show you other sides of me, you're going to fall for me. So I got to make sure you don't see those sides of me because I don't want nothing else from you but what's going on with this. That's it. I got to protect you from yourself, girl, because you're going to fall for a nigga like me. Right? Anyway, on that note, Miles, got anything you want to plug before we get up out of here?
Guys, make sure you check us out tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time, the Real Game No Theory panel. Shout out to 1950, Steve Dedeen, Kay Zagan, Mr. Lucario, and myself will be on there 12 noon Eastern time. So make sure y'all check us out. And yeah, man, make sure you get y'all soap. And don't forget Masculine Identity, Eau de Parfum fragrance coming soon. All right.
It's not a debate. There's a saying, I only debate my equals, all others I teach.
Oh yeah, y'all gonna be on it, right? Yeah, doing that debate.
Yeah, tomorrow at 3:00 Central Time. Myself, Steve, Fifth, and Lucario. We're gonna be schooling these youngins, right? All we're gonna be doing is taking them to school. Matter of fact, I'm gonna ask the niggas, "Where's my apple at?" Right? Because that's what you do for your teacher. You get an apple, right? I'm gonna need that, right? So,
what show is this on? What show is this on? Let me.
This I can't remember the guy's channel, but we'll post the links though. Tomorrow, right after we do the Real Game No Theory joint, we'll have more information and we'll post all the links and shit.
I want to say for the callers who did call in, appreciate those calls. If you don't agree with anything that we're saying, I don't mind the call in. I don't know. This is Zag's show. Zag might be short because he's been doing this for so long. I don't mind the call ins. But the one caller, hey, you guys are fraud. Like, if you have something to say about it, say about it. But let's be real about it. Like, I'm not afraid of that. I don't think anybody's afraid here on the show. Yeah. It's just that, we might have a different of opinions.
Yeah,
just like the one caller, but we were able to talk that out and go from there.
It was respectful. Shout out to SPI. Yeah. It was respectful. He didn't agree with everything, and he made valid points too. And we're not, and it's not about, we're grown ass men. Okay, if you agree with everybody, okay, that means you're not a real person, right? Real people don't agree with everything. You know what I'm saying? But on that note, thank y'all for coming through. This has been the Manhood as a Skill Set show. Shout out to Jay Roman and Miles motherfucking Cunningham. Without them, this wouldn't be what it is. And I'm telling y'all, this would not be what it is without all three of us, right? On that note, the super chats, appreciate y'all for coming through. Callers, appreciate y'all. Tomorrow, Real Game No Theory, 11 Central, 12 Eastern. We out. Peace.